Righty. Righty. We need some baselines. We're going to do some benchmarking for our GPU just to make sure that the performance is increasing. Yes? So, when I did this before, a long time ago, before the wind, before the snow, I'll show you my results. When I did this before, a long time ago, well, last year, I suppose it was a long time ago. That should do it. Alrighty, so wait. Have I done that more recently? That's 24. That's dynamic P-state. I've actually broken this down before to overclocking memory and cores. Right, so this is what it looks like for cores when I did it before on the X12, but I'm going to do performance mode this time. Hey Zippo, hey Paul, hey Dan. So Nico posted an interesting tweet earlier about how he gave somebody a GPU overclock and it helped Fortnite, pro at Fortnite. So I replied and said, look, when I tested this for DX12, literally did nothing. So he's written back and said, okay, so try it in performance mode and high textures. Fair enough. So that's exactly what we're doing. We're going to do some live benchmarking of it. So this is DX12, I think. So GPU core, no overclock. Previously gave literally the best FPS. And GPU core with a 200 core overclock gave the worst FPS. So, pretty much, well, to be honest, these are all within margin of error, to be honest. Pretty much all within the margin of error. So, my conclusion from this, previously, when was this? At the beginning of the year, 1st of January this year, was that overclocking your GPU literally does nothing. I tried changing what's that called? This is the memory one. If it made any difference overclocking the memory for the GPU. Or look, all the same. Hello. Margin of error. And then I put all the results together and the very best one was actually no core overclock and a bit of a memory overclock. But the difference between that and that, where's the zero? Here's the zero. Here's the base. Oh, you probably can't see that, can you? There we go. There's the baseline. That's no overclock, 235.4. And this one is 235.8. So 0.6. Again, margin of error. I mean, look, the lows are actually a bit better on this than they are from the top one. So, yeah. So let's do it again in performance mode because we like to be fair here. We like to cross all our T's and dot all our I's. Look, I've taken off dynamic P states. No dynamic P states because I want to be able to kind of ramp up the clock and show that it's making a difference. Normally with disabling dynamic P states, you pretty much start at a higher level. And I didn't think I'd have much headroom at the top by starting at a high level. Now I've kind of got a bit more a gradient as we increase the core clocks and memory clocks. I've overclocked my GPU for years. I ran it for years with an overclock. It's only when I recently reran all the benchmarks that I realized it literally wasn't doing anything because at 1080p, low graphics, and high FPS, the computer is CPU and memory bound. It's too busy trying to prepare the frames for the GPU, and the GPU is going, oh, that was easy, next, oh, that was easy, next. So making the GPU faster literally doesn't do anything. Have you tried undervolting? I can't remember. I don't remember if I have. I might have done it at some point, but as I say, I just literally does nothing. So I'm sticking with the literally does nothing until I see the new results, because my strong opinion is it literally does nothing. After having run both for years, literally does nothing for Fortnite. Other things, definitely. So in fact, other things, speaking of, I've just installed superposition on this environment. And I'm gonna show you that when I do a benchmark, that the numbers do go up when you overclock. So for GPU bound scenarios and benches, you will get a better score. But for Fortnite, which is where the GPU is bored and has nothing to do, overclocking does nothing until we change our minds and find some results that say something else. Right. Here we go. So, okay. So let's run it. So this is no overclock whatsoever. Let's get a baseline number. Okay. So we'll run this with this is just 1080p medium DirectX. So it's just the defaults for superposition. And we're going to get a score at the end of it. Okay. So run this. It'll take about 2-3 minutes to run through the scenarios. And then we'll get a score. And then I'll put an overclock on, and then you can see that the score is improving, hence the performance of the GPU is improving. And then we'll do the same thing for Fortnite. We'll run a no overclock versus the overclock, which should be faster, but it isn't. It ain't gonna be. Why have I got no audio? Got no audio on the... I want to fix that. I should have audio on the input. Let me fix this. God, why is it sending it to that? It's sending it to my controller. Why? That drives me nuts. So speakers. Right now. Only going to, that should work. Right, let's try again. Try again. Should have audio here. If it's too loud, I'll need to turn it down because it's typically quite loud, this bench. So scream in the chat if it's too loud. And I'll drop it down a bit on the streaming PC. See, that's too loud for me, so I'm actually going to drop it down for me. Is that too loud for you guys? Yes, loud. Okay, let me drop it for a bit. Is that? Should barely be able to hear that now. Probably can't hear it at all. Maybe there. Maybe that's a bit better. It should be lower. Remember, I'm streaming from another PC, so my streaming stuff doesn't affect the benchmarks on the gaming PC. Yeah, maybe. I quite like it on quiet though. It lets me know when it's nearly finished, because I've watched this so many times. Must have run at least 1,000 of these before in my time. At least. Overclocking my GPU. What a waste of time that was. I must say my GPU's become less stable over time though. I used to be able to run a really high overclock on it. And it's definitely come down over the years. And I've redone the thermal paste on it as well, probably 2 years ago. Yeah, probably 2 years ago. So I can't run the same high level. So what I'll do is I'll choose a safe level. So one of the things I used to do, Del Boy, was I used to not just undervolt it, I used to fix the voltage. So I had fixed voltage. So yeah, I've experimented with all of that. I think it was normally 1.05 volts or something in a couple of years. Finding the stable point. Yeah, I've done all that. Locking the voltage to see if latency is better performance. I've done dynamic boost clocks. I've done the memory, same thing. I've tried everything. All right, so what score are we going to get? It's a 17 out of 17 scene. And our final score is 27549. I used to actually get nearly 30,000 for this, but that was when I was heavily overclocking. You used to get nearly 30,000. So that's with no overclock at all. So let's write some of these down. That's normal. So no GPU clock superposition equals, what was that? 27549. 27549. All right. So I'm now going to put on an over thing that I know will work. So 120 there, and I'm going to go a full 1,000 up here. I used to run like 170 here, and I used to run 1,100 here. Maybe sometimes 1,200. I've tested 1,200, and I've tested over 200 for the core clock. So these should be upper limits, but still be stable. And we'll know whether they're stable because we'll get artifacts or weird things happening in the replay or in the superposition replay, or it will actually crash it. So we'll know whether this is unstable or not. Okay. So we've applied that. So that doesn't go up yet because it's not boosting. So next, let's run it again. We've got the overclock on. Remember, I'm running a custom fan curve, yeah? So I run a custom fan curve, so it's way more aggressive and keeps it nice and cool. Keeps it in the low 30s normally. Maybe down a little bit. I probably should open a window. All right, let's run it again. With our overclock. A lot of games, and by default, some games would run 200 to 250 watts. I've got it down right now, like 100 on gaming. Saved up to about 10 Cs on attempts, depending on the game. Cool. Yeah, but again, Fortnite, not a GPU bound game. But yeah, definitely would help. This, if I played another game that was GPU bound, I'd definitely be overclocking my GPU. But without a shadow of doubt. Probably be locking the voltage and overclocking. It's interesting, I used to actually get a lot of stutters on this when I used to test with G-Sync, and I could never work it out until I moved to fix refresh. Then it's completely perfect. My GPU in Fortnite, a 2080 Ti in Fortnite is bored out of his brain. There was a little stutter there. have to wait and find out next time. Yeah, I played a really good game last night with Zombie, playing on NA East Duo. It's really sweaty lobbies. And we won the last game of the night. And Zombie is really good at building and editing. He had 4 kills and I had 14. I can't build. But it really helped those network tweaks. I swear, it really helped. Normally, I'd shoot, build a wall, and still take all the damage in my face. But this time, last night, I was shooting, building a wall, and they were shooting, and he was hitting the wall. I was blocking it. We're doing 16 out of 17, nearly there, nearly there. I used to be about 29,500 were my high scores for this, for when I was really overclocking my GPU. Should go up a bit. $29,057. Okay, so it's not as fast as it used to be. It used to be 29,500-ish, but I've never actually hit 30,000 even on a really cold day. Temperatures are about 61, peaking, that's not too bad. All right, so let's write that down. So we've gone all the way up to, so this was plus 120 on the core and plus 1,000 on the mem. Yeah. And we got a score. $29,057. So we know the GPU is now faster. Yeah, between a no overclock and this overclock. We know it's faster. So the question is it faster? Does it make any difference in Fortnite? That's the question we have to now answer. So, that is GPU OC testing. All right. So we know it's faster. I mean, that's a pretty good gain, going from 27,000 up to 29,000. That's not bad. It's pretty good, yeah? So if you were in a game that used more GPU than the CPU, I would recommend overclocking and working out those numbers for yourself. I mean, I spent months testing everything I could for this. That was years ago though. So right now we're gonna go back to no overclock. We're gonna go back to a big fat 0 and 0. And we're gonna run a we're gonna close that and we're gonna run Fortnite bench. We're gonna run the Fortnite bench. You guys following me so far? Do you concur? I concur. Can you not hear me because I've turned everything down? Yep, cool. Right, where was this? I forgot what this was on. I need to put the Elgato audio back to out there. Remember where I left? I can't remember where I had it so far. Right, okay, so we've had 9. They're all good. Start Fortnite up. As I say, I've taken off the disabled dynamic P states just to make it more fairer. Because on the boosts, this would be going up to about 2,400, but with the overclock. But with the disabled dynamic P states, you're starting at 1950 already. So it it'd be really tight next to each other. And so I'm trying to broaden it a bit here. Me, the only thing you need is the disabled dynamic P state. That one registry entry. That's your GPU tuned. That lowers your latency a bit, because you're not changing between power states in your GPU all the time. Right, so let's find a replay. Well, I've still got my bench. Will that still work? I think there's been an update, hasn't there? It might still work. Or we can run the standard bench. Yay. What was that bad boy? Gameplay, T for time, 999 seconds. We'll run it once through for shader cache, then we'll do a real world capture. And we won't need to run it through shader cache again when we put the GPU overclock on, because that'll be instant. We can just jump to Afterburner, put the overclock back on, and then rerun the replay. This shouldn't take too long. 9 minutes this will take. 3, 3, and 3. This is just us getting a baseline for today. I have noticed... Oh, you know what? Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not following Nico's exact instructions. Okay, now we're following Nico's exact instructions. So let's go back to here. No, wait.
Capture finished.
No. Change my binds, I keep forgetting. I used to run high textures because it does move. It does seem to move a little bit of work from the CPU to the GPU. So I used to run high textures. These days, I think I redid that test quite recently, and low gave a better standard deviation of FPS. So I kind of moved to low for that reason. But I did used to run either medium or high textures for quite some time. I think we're getting a new update, aren't we, next week? Fortnite. Bringing back the tactical AR, etc., which means there'll be an updated app, which means these replays won't work, so we'll have to have a new replay. That guy gets in my games a lot. That superhero skin. He's the crown grinder. Didn't last very long there, did he? Yeah, so I've been looking at merging those network tweets as well into my main network tweet script. I think what I'm going to do, because one of the bits of information I picked up this morning was that if you've got more than one network card running, one of them with RSS, receive side scaling, and one of them without, can actually cause performance issues. But you'd obviously have to, I don't know whether that's actually running two network cards, doing them at the same time and using for two different things, or whether that's... Sorry, I'm streaming at the moment. Summing up. Hang on a sec. Sorry, wife update. Business update. Confidential information. Probably just heard. Right, are we nearly there? So we're gonna now go back to time 9:09. Press play, and this will be the first recording with no overclock. Yeah. Ready, go. I've started using number pad 9 for the Cat Frame X start and stop. I might change it to plus or something on the number pad. Trying to think where there'd be least conflicts. So do not use the default of F11. What was I talking about before? Oh yeah, merging the network scripts. So think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and do it so that it does try to enable RSS. And if your card doesn't support it, which actually, incidentally, mine doesn't, the Intel one built into my motherboard, so it doesn't support it, so you can't turn it on. But you can change the settings for it, even without turning it on, with the same code, with the same script. So it obviously doesn't make it have any effect because it's not actually then enabled. So I think it should be safe to run it on cards that don't have RSS, but yeah, if you are running two cards at the same time, and my script basically does name star, which so it applies it to all of them, then there might be some issues if one's on and one's off. See what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'll try and work that out for the next pack. I've already got Ethan going. Oh, what made it feel better exactly? Right, you're gonna have to wait for the next pack and the next guide. So then you can pretend they're your tweets. Nearly there. Thursday today. So yeah, I got an update as well about my new computer. So yeah, I missed an email from them yesterday saying that there was a problem with it. So that obviously I was panicking. Wait, why can't you see my, oh, what's happened here? Why is my webcam died? Why has my webcam died? Oh, I know he told me my webcam had died. Okay. Why has that died?
Capture finished.
Has it died for you guys as well? Why has my webcam died? Turn it off. I can turn it on. But then it's just frozen. There's no actual light on the webcam. Why has it done that? Why has it done that? Please. Deactivate it. And then activate it. No. It's really annoying. I'm just turning me off for now, okay? You're gonna turn me off for now. I'll just leave me off. All right, so that's done. So now we should have got a result in CapFrame X, which we can use as a baseline. Yeah, I put it on mute. I didn't put it on camera pause. I pressed the mute mic button, and then it kind of went weird after that. Well, there was a Stream Deck update today. That might have done some weird stuff. Anyway. Those two are garbage. We don't need that. And then this is no GPU overclock. Let's make sure it looks all right. No big, good. No big latency spikes, like under 20. If there was like some 200 ones in here, I'd probably run it again just something probably happened that went wrong in the background or something. But yeah, that's not too bad. So we're capping at 360 effectively. All right, so we're going to run the same thing again now, exactly the same thing with the 120 and the 1000. So we know from superposition that this is better. Yeah, we know it is. But is it in Fortnite? We just made our GPU faster. So let's have a look, see what the difference is. Time. E, steady, space, fine. It's a going. Right, in the meantime, I'm going to try and work out why my Logitech webcam's not working. Which device is it? That one, right? The light grey one. That one? I think it's that one. So if I just pull it out... It's not working. And put it back in again. Turn it off. Turn it on. It's frozen. Why is it frozen? I don't really want to have to stop the stream to get it working. Good job I can do this stuff and it doesn't mess up the results because it's on different PCs. Yes? Your internet just went down. Okay, I'll go and help. I'll come and help. Alright, I'm going to leave you guys to it for 100 seconds while my son tests his internet now. So, give me a second. Be back in a minute.
Capture finished.
Back again. Sorry guys. Son's internet's going in and out all the time. I was in the middle of a lesson. Hey Cry. Right, so let's have a look. Let's look at the results. My webcam. Right, so this is plus 100 GPU. This is OC. Plus 120 GPU, plus 1,000 mem. Yeah. Looks good as well. No big peaks. Right. Drum roll, please. Oh, look. Look at those results, everybody. Wow, what a magnificent GPU tune for Fortnite we just did. No, it's all right, Nikki. Jake's just got some internet problems, that's all. I'm trying to fix, but I'm also trying to do stuff here as well. Yeah, so tweaks. Exactly. Yeah. Like that. Take a screenshot. Like that. Oh, wait. Copy it. Let's put it on the Discord. I mean, honestly, it's just stuff that's on the internet. It's mental. Retested GPU overclocking. Fortnite. Performance mode. Performance mode. High textures. GPU, clearly. Tested either. Superposition. Superposition scores with no OC versus OC. 27549. And 29057. So we know that the GPU was better performance. With the overclock. Improvement. Fortnite. Is a CPU memory bound game. Right. So have we, yeah, I don't know what to do with that. Yeah, so I think we're done here, aren't we? I mean, there's nothing really else to investigate. And taking off the overclock, because it doesn't do anything. If anything, it makes things worse. So bye-bye, Mr. Overclock, and hello, dynamic, disabled dynamic P states. Only thing we want. So we're going to go back to 0. We're going to 0. Apply that. And then we're also going to apply my disabled dynamic P states. So take it to stop it fluctuating between power states as well. Typically makes the game a bit smoother. Graphics. No, what do we want? What do we want? Tuning pack. GPU. I've already pre-edited this to make sure it's the right value, so I can just double click it and good to go. And that will kick in next game. Yeah, so all that's doing is it's basically disabling dynamic P states in that registry entry. So when we restart, that will be on 19. Oh, it might, it's already kicked in actually. That's clever. How's it done that? I didn't think it would kick in immediately. Oh well. You don't need to reboot for that one. All right, so that's all I wanted to show you guys. Quick stream just to prove that the GPU speed makes no difference whatsoever in Fortnite. None. So those of you that are spending a ridiculous amount of money on a 4090, you're just throwing it down the drain if you only play Fortnite on competitive settings. Yep. No, it's worse results. Actually worse results. The lows were worse and the FPS was worse with an overclock. So yeah, I think I've covered every single possible base there. I've covered DX12, I've covered different just overclocking the core, just overclocking the memory, seeing the difference. It makes no difference whatsoever because your computer's busy with the CPU and the memory trying to prepare a load of frames that it's struggling to prepare, and the GPU's sitting there waiting for them. And then it goes, oh, that was easy. Why did you have to wait so long? Anyway, right, I'm going to go and double check Jake's internet's all right. I'm probably going to have to reboot a few internal bridges to get that running. And I also need to fix why my Logitech webcam is frozen me in that specific position. So I need to go and fix that too. I'm pretty sure a reboot will fix that. So to reboot, I've got to stop the stream, I'm afraid. So I'll be back streaming again probably in about an hour or two to hopefully play some games with Mr. Biscuit. But until then, if you've got any questions, as always, jump on the Discord, ask there, or I'll catch you online. Anyway, all right, bye for now.